everybody, so today I'm here to do another chit chat video with you guys. Now normally I put on my eyebrows, I put on some makeup and try to look like a decent human being for, well, almost all my videos, and especially the chit chat ones, but honestly I wanted to do this for you guys because I've been wanting to make one for a while, and I was really surprised when Mark told me that the runner-up for my post on Instagram and Facebook about what video you guys wanted to see next was the chit chat video. I was so surprised. I don't know, I didn't think that that was a very popular video. However, you guys have definitely proved me wrong on that. So I had like written a couple of things down on my phone that I wanted to talk to you guys the next time I made one. So here we are. Also, Elmo is going to be accompanying us in this video in the background because Remy is watching him. It's the only way I could get her to not try to tackle the camera because you guys are set up on Sophie's table right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. A couple things that I wanted to fill you guys in on was the fact that obviously, like I mentioned before, everybody was okay in the car accident and everything. So really no developments there, but my hand did take a couple weeks to feel better. It was like very sore to do stuff, and I don't even know, it was just really crappy for a little bit, but that's all better now. I feel like it's taken longer to kind of like emotionally get adjusted. I was editing that video, the last chit chat, life update, whatever it was, and I don't know, it was just like I felt off. I even felt off editing it. I really didn't want to make a video, and I don't know, but I felt like I needed to let you guys in on the loop because Mark and I have no problem keeping things some private for my YouTube, community, but I don't want to like never fill you guys in on if we're like okay or safe or anything like that. So I did want to update you guys with that kind of stuff. As far as the car seats go, we did get Remy's ordered. It's here. We've been using it. We love it. We did take the van back. I will say that taught me vans are convenient, really like them, they're cool, but not just yet. I'm not ready to have one. Definitely still a car person. It was too much for me to handle. I almost ran over a man. I mean, not really, but a little bit. Fine, I didn't actually do it or anything, and he wasn't too upset. He got over it after he flipped me off, so even Steven, if you ask me. But there's just like a million and two blind spots to check. I don't know, I'm not ready for a van yet. I really loved my car, and luckily we were able to find a car just like mine, but it doesn't have the sunroof, and it does have the eyesight safety technology that is really awesome, and I love it. So I'm really excited, and honestly I kind of prefer this car over my old one because I love all the safety features and they're really awesome, but I wasn't a big fan of the sunroof, and I even mentioned that when Mark and I were getting that last one, but he's like, it'll be so nice, and it was like we opened it maybe 3 times. So I'm super excited, but I am excited to have a car back. Now, we have not ordered Sophie's new car seat because even though they're going to be covered 100%, we don't have like, I don't even know how much both car seats are going to be, like $800 to just spend on car seats and wait for them to reimburse us. So we're waiting to be reimbursed for Remy's, and then we will buy Sophie's. So we're going to do it that way. That'll be coming shortly. Now, I did get a couple questions on how we choose car seats and why. I did a lot of research when I was pregnant with Sophie about the safest car seat and what to choose and what to pick and what brands and all that stuff. And what I can tell you from my research was that all car seats, obviously this is going to vary from country to country. I live in the United States, so it's going to be different for other people. But in the United States, all car seats have to pass this one standardized test. Now, if they pass that, then they're able to be sold, and all of those car seats in that respect are the same level of safe. However, they can rank differently in that test and how they do in that test, but as long as they pass it, they are considered safe. There are different features that can add to the safety of a car seat. For instance, like if a car seat is easier to install, it could make it safer. Basically because a lot of car seats are installed incorrectly. So if you make it easier for parents to understand, you make it easier to be installed correctly and to make sure it's installed correctly and give them the tools to do that, then they may actually install it correctly, therefore it's being used properly and thus making the car seat safer than an incorrect install, if that makes sense. It's just all very circumstantial. Mark is gracing us with his presence. So anyways, that was kind of what I had learned with researching car seats. We decided to go with the Kiko KeyFit 30, which was the infant carrier we had with both girls, because Kiko was a really great brand from everything that I had heard. Also, I didn't want a brand that was in like getting a ton of recalls all the time. A couple brands come to mind when I think of that. And not that that makes it any less safe or anything like that. It's just I didn't want to deal with that kind of stuff, and I kind of didn't want to have to worry about anything like that because I don't even understand how that works, if you can use your car seat if there's a recall or whatever. So basically, I just didn't want to have to deal with that. Kiko was a really great brand. It hasn't had a recall at least since we've had it, and I'm happy with that. So there's like a bunch of little things that went into it, but basically we heard a lot of great things. It seemed like a great car seat, so that's what we went with. Then we chose the Next Fit Zip because we just loved our Key Fit so much. And then the reason I've switched brands with these new car seats is just because they're a step ahead of the Kiko. Now I would have stayed with Kiko no problem at all, but the fact that there's more safety features on these Nuna car seats, like with the load leg and the extra time for the expiration, and what else was there? All the extra 10 pounds for rear facing, stuff like that is just kind of important to us. So we plan to keep the girls rear facing in car seats, everything, the whole 9 yards, as long as they are under their height and weight requirements. I want to keep them in a 5-point harness for the rest of their life, but that's just me. So that just might happen. I might have Mark take the seats out of the Subaru and put in like those fancy racing car seats with the 5-point harnesses. He probably wouldn't even be mad about it, honestly. But anyways, that's about everything with the car seats. I did get a couple questions about Christmas budgets. I did mention quickly in there that we don't really set a budget for Christmas. We kind of go in an idea of what we want to spend, but more so what we want to get each kid, and I try to keep the number of presents the same. I'm sure as the kids get older and they can understand things like what gifts cost and, you know, quality versus quantity and stuff like that, we may obviously switch that up. But as for right now, you know, them being so young, they don't understand stuff like that. So I try to keep the number of presents the same. I also want to say that I did have a conversation with Santa Claus. And Santa Claus and I talked about it a lot. Now, this isn't, I don't feel like it's necessary. I don't feel like other people have to do this, but I just kind of, I don't know, I wanted to do it. So, like I said, I had a conversation with Santa, and we decided that the girls would get small presents from Santa Claus, you know, no more than like 30 bucks, you know, cost to make. So we decided on that because we felt like it'd only be fair to the kids who might not get a lot for Christmas and stuff like that. And I don't know, just try to keep the Santa presents minimal. So like I said, me and Santa sat down and we talked about it, agreed on some terms and conditions, and that's what we like to do. So those gifts are always relatively smaller gifts, and the bigger gifts are from mom and dad, which I kind of like because mom and dad work very hard throughout the year, and you know, we make the monies. I like that system and it works for us. So that's what we've been doing. I don't know if I ever really talked about it, but Selfie's little elf came from the North Pole this year for the very first year. Her name is Korcha. She was in love with her. Of course, she's flown back and she's with Santa Claus now, but Korcha was a delight. Korcha also took a dive into a dirty, soaking dishpan one night. Crazy little elf. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. She had a ton of fun with it. She loved trying to find Korcha every single day. So yeah, I think there was like one other Christmas question. Let me see. Oh, Christmas traditions. Honestly, I wrote this down a month ago, so I have no idea what that even means. I'm trying to think. We really don't have Christmas traditions. The only one we really have is picking out our Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving, which we held off a couple days this year doing, and we regret that because there wasn't a ton to pick from, and we're definitely gonna get back to that next year because there's always been plenty to choose from in the years before because we always went the day after. But we do that. I think I want to make sugar cookies, or at least cookies, with the kids every year for Christmas. We did do that with Sophie. I let her you know, do the cutouts with the sugar cookies and let her decorate them. So that was fun. We built a gingerbread house that Courtshire brought us, and that was an experience. Can't say a good one. It was all right. Maybe next year will go a little bit better. But I was kind of wondering what your guys' Christmas traditions were. I guess is probably what I had written down since we don't really have any. And I was wondering what you guys did during the Christmas season, like what things you guys really like to do as a family and stuff like that, because you know, as the girls get older, I feel like next year definitely it'll still just be the two of them, maybe even the year following, it just kind of depends. But I don't know, I'm really excited for that stuff and to see them grow up and to like do stuff with them like we did this year with Sophie, because she was able to understand a lot more. So I was just wondering what your guys' Christmas traditions are and stuff like that, because I'd just really like to start instilling some in our family, because I think that's one of the fun parts about the holiday is looking forward to things as a kid. I did like constantly play Christmas music all during the day, and Sophie hated it because she didn't have her songs. She watches the sing-along songs, the super simple song channel on YouTube. She knows them all. Oh, and then gifts from other people. Not really sure what that one means either. What's that even mean? I obviously need to be a little bit more detailed in my notes for this, because I can't remember a single thing now that I'm on here and talking about them. That's about everything that I have for today, because I don't know what the rest of my notes mean. It's awful, because I bet you guys were hoping for a little bit more. I did want to say at the end of every chit chat video now, I'm going to be asking for comments, questions, subjects, whatever. Leave them down in the comments below. I think I'm going to start doing these chit chat videos since they're so like requested now. I think I'll start doing them maybe every couple of weeks. If there's a huge demand for them, I will do it once a week. But leave in the comments down below what you want to see in the next chit chat video, and I promise I will get to that and I will answer it, and I will actually write down your questions so I don't like not understand what it means. But that is everything. I think I'm going to go ahead and get dinner ready, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.